Yo, what's happening? Good day to you all, no matter what day and time you decided to listen to us or watch us. You know what I'm saying? We always appreciate it. The vibe is vibrant. Life is real and good, and that means it's time to talk about wrestling like nobody else in the world, and with plenty of reason this week, I think.
Man,
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Without
you
further
might get
ado,
canceled
man.
today. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and you know what? And I'm prepared for that because you know what, Bang, I've come to a realization. I need to at least get into the cancel conversation.
Hey,
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Hey, yo, this is the first Black Champ podcast, and now I'm Camp from the port.
and I am J.R. Bang. Make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download wherever you get your favorite podcast.
Yeah,
Subscribe to the Barbershop Digital, home of First Black Champ. Oh, excuse me.
yeah. So quick
Had to get that
sidebar,
off. There we go. There we go. Go
no
ahead.
doubt. But quick sidebar. You know what? Everybody is so afraid of cancel culture. And about a month ago, I was talking with the lady, and I was
Okay.
like, you know what? Because she was worried about something I was going to post in fear of, like, getting canceled or something like that. I said, you
Okay.
know what? I'm not even important enough to get in the cancel conversation right now. She was like, what you mean? I was like, man, I could say a lot of shit like right now, and it's going to fly right under or over the radar. Like,
Right.
I'm not important. I was like, now you come see me when I got about 7 figures and about 50,000 more followers. Now we're having a real conversation. I was like, because if you really notice, a lot of people, when they doing their apologies or doing their cleanup, it's literally from shit they said between 4 to 10 years ago when maybe you might have been fucking with them, but the world wasn't.
Ah,
So I look at it like this. At this point in time, I'm trying to get into the cancel conversation to see how many people fuck with me or at least paying attention any damn way.
I think it's gonna happen this episode.
Hey, well, let's go.
So,
Let's go.
and we're kicking it off right here. So, Triple H is in the news.
Yes.
So he did the press conference for NXT in Your House, which takes place Sunday, June 13th,
Yeah.
on the WWE Network on Peacock. And it was a lot of controversy surrounding what he had said. This was more around Mickey James' comments about wanting the best wrestlers to appear on the new all women's pay-per-view that NWA is putting on that she's producing, regardless
Right.
of their contract status.
Right.
So Triple H talked about how, they did the Evolution pay-per-view and, why they haven't done it again.
Which I did want to know, by the way.
Yeah, we've both talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
And would we ever see another all women's pay-per-view from the WWE or from the NXT brand?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to read Triple H's quotes.
Let's do it.
Haven't we already done them? It's funny to me. I just don't. So equality is equality. Equality is not I want my own show. Equality is not we have our own program. If I told you that I was making an all men's program and didn't want women to be on it, it would be criticized. And I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I do think it's funny when people go, I want the best in the world, regardless of contractual status. What? I'm sorry, but from a business person's perspective, then why do we have contractual statuses, right? Doesn't
Right.
make any sense to me. Yeah, if you want to wrestle the best women in the world, come to the WWE. That's where they are. If you want to go wrestle somewhere else and say that they are, that's an opinion. You can, but it is what it is. Why I'm all for it. I was one of the biggest drivers of it, WWE Evolution. And will we do another all women's event down the line? Possibly. But it's not a must have for the moment. I think we do an amazing job of displaying our female athletes. And is it perfect? No. Will it always be in flux? Yes. But I think we do a pretty good job. And in my opinion, the best female performers are in the WWE. And if they're not, they want to be. Your thoughts?
This is accurate. This is accurate. Like, I mean, okay. So, like, one by one, right?
Okay.
Let's tackle the low-hanging fruit that we can definitively prove.
Let's get it.
Are the best women wrestlers specifically in the WWE. Spot for spot, yes, and it's not even close.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, now granted, do they have 100% of the best? No.
Right.
Because matter of fact, they let go of one. They let go of Ruby Riott. She's one of the best. So they don't have them all. They ain't got 100% of them. But if you say they got less than 75%, we can argue, and you would be wrong, and we can keep it moving.
Yeah, you look at the roster. You go roster for roster.
Yes, right. Roster for roster, and this is when you don't compartmentalize NXT and say, oh no, they over here. No, the NXT women, the SmackDown women, and the Raw women all count as being the WWE women.
Right.
So yeah. So no, sorry to everybody else, even the all women's federations that exist. Y'all not fucking with these ladies over here. Okay.
And y'all want to be over there.
Right. To his other low-hanging fruit point, like, hey, look, we're the best. And if you think you the best, you want to be over here and prove you the best.
And get money for doing it.
Man, the most money, too, for doing it, bang. The most money for doing it. So, all right.
Bang for your buck.
Right. So far, okay, the low-hanging fruit, obviously true. We like, nobody should be arguing those points. Okay? So now let's go to this real piece, right? Let's go to this equality piece. Because this, I can't front. Part of me feels like he's right because he's literally being consistent. Because when, like, as we know, when we switch the equality conversation to black people, we can't just be like, hey, yo, well, I want my own federation. Look, did Master P start that conversation? And what did it lead to? It's like, fam, really? Just strike a deal with the WWE because that's the best shit. And there's black people over there and they making shit happen. Like, we're either going to move like Master P or we're going to move like MVP in this shit, right? Those are kind of the examples that we said. So when he's saying things like, equality is equality. Yeah, we hate to hear it if you've ever been a minimalized just a group. I'll say if you've ever been a minimalized group, you don't want to hear equality is equality because at one point in time it's been fucked up for you. But I think as a corporate company, as we look at it from a corporate company, not from a feelings and perspective company, but as a corporate company, the WWE has made great strides to include women, to include black people, and you know, not that it ever should matter, but you know, sexuality and you know, sexuality choices, preferences,
right?
And you know, if you're leading in on it being 100% of the time or 50% of the time, then I think you don't even live in the world of reality. You know what I'm saying? You just don't live in the world of reality. You don't deal with all women 100% of your day. You don't deal with all black people 100% of your day. You don't deal with all gay people 100% of your day. And the WWE, I feel, is a reflection of like of that. So
it's time for me to get canceled.
Let's
now,
go.
mind you, I'm the person that said on this show that they should replace 205 Live for an all women's brand show.
True.
So let's be clear of this. I said that should be the case. All women's show should replace 205 Live. Mm-hmm. I think they got enough women in the WWE to do it. And I still think that should be done.
Okay.
However, there's hot keywords that I hate.
Okay. Let's do it.
And even as a minority, I hate it to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
When people use the term equality.
Yeah.
And here's why. Here's why. And and I'm probably gonna get canceled by people might not think. Because I have always subscribed to the fact that multiple things could be right at the same time.
Right. Yes.
2 + 2 is 4. 3 + 1 is 4.
That's right.
4 + 0 is 0. You switch them, bitch. You switch 3 + 1. 1
all
+
four.
3 is all 4. Multiple
Yep.
things could be right at the same time. And I think Triple H is right. Like, just breaking down what he said, and it's something that I said. It's something that I said in some dude pod. Subscribe. That
Yes.
when people were bitching about Stephen A. Smith saying that Donovan Mitchell is the best player in Utah Jazz
in
history.
Jazz history, yeah.
And I said I believe so too. Because we're not talking about accolades.
Yeah.
We're talking about on the court.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm going to use what I talked about last night, bring this here as an example.
Okay.
It is unfair to compare Karl Malone with Donovan McNabb when it comes to accolades. Karl Malone spent, 18 years with the Utah Jazz. He's
Yes.
the second all-time leading scorer in NBA history. John Stockton is the all-time leading assists and steals leader. It is unfair. That was over time.
Right. Absolutely.
So using this for the WWE, men have been in the forefront of the WWE for years. So what I'm telling you is when you use the equality part, it's unfair.
Yeah.
Because they've been in the forefront for years. Now, all of a sudden, I have to put all of my money and resources to something that don't happen often? No. You should not be fighting for equality. What you should be fighting for is equity.
There you go.
Equity is the word here. Because if I put you all in the even, if I can't even put you all in the even playing field, it's still going to be unbalanced. It's unbalanced for black people, it's unbalanced for gay people, and it's definitely unbalanced for women.
Right.
So there's a meme that you see in the picture where people, when like, I want equality, they still the tallest person out here.
Right. Right.
So what happens when we all equal and I put this pay-per-view out in the goddamn United Center and only 2,000 people show up?
Right.
I can't be equal with you no more.
Right.
Because equal gonna cost me money.
Right.
What you can do is fight for a bigger piece of the pie.
Yes.
Now, I saw 2 women, black women, apparently I can't think of their names, I saw it on Twitter, but they got hired in the WWE on the WWE Writers team.
Awesome. Congrats to those ladies.
Congrats. That's the shit I'll be fighting for if I'm Mickey James. Because here's another fact here. And this is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Bruh, Ronda Rousey was the face of that pay-per-view.
Man, listen.
Who's the face of this pay-per-view today? When Becky is out on maternity leave.
Right.
And it's some other shit that I'm going to talk about later in the show.
Yeah.
That's why you were able to do that pay-per-view, because you had somebody to lead it. Now, I'm not saying...
Well, but hold on real quick. Because I don't even want you to bring it down to that level. It's no Ronda. There's no Becky. There's no Bella Twins. Trish Stratus, we're still years removed from that. Like, there's a lot of, like, we've done this already. Who can we do to keep it consistent as far as the star power, the firepower, the anticipation, if you will, for the event in itself?
This is why I say it's equity. And part of that equity is I'm not worried about a women's pay-per-view. This is why I said I'm not worried about that equality shit. I'm worried about equity. The equity part comes into the actual weekly episodic television show that appears on the WWE network. And you build that equity and you build it up. You build it up. So then now when you're doing these pay-per-views, that's where the equality shit comes in. Because if you're building it up and you're building it up and you're building it up, now you got a weekly show that comes off every day. You got women writers, women and men.
Right. On
the writing team for this particular show. You're doing your thing. You're doing your thing. You're doing your thing. Just like they did with NXT.
Right.
Now, you have NXT TakeOver. And what happens on NXT TakeOver is their first one. Matter of fact, it wasn't even NXT TakeOver. It was NXT Arrival.
Right.
And it becomes big. And now it's, okay, we need to get it done. We need to continue this. We can't stop.
Mm-hmm.
Build that equity up. Build the platform up. So it's now consistent and people are paying attention. You got something to measure it at.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't be like, oh, I just want to me, this is just me speaking.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just be like, even from a business perspective, oh, let's just randomly do an all-women's pay-per-view. Because, I'm not going to lie to you. Billy Corgan, I like what he's doing at NWA. But that's pandering what he's doing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because other than Thunder Rosa and like Melina, it's a couple of women on there. But
right.
Y'all,
Allison Kay and, you know.
You have to go
Yeah.
to these women and say, regardless of contractual status, let's break down the forbidden wall and let's do this all women's pay-per-view.
Right. In other words, hey, we don't have enough women to do Evolution, so help us out.
Right. And here's the other part. Here's the other part for me. If you want to do that, why you can't go to Shimmer? Why you can't go to? We're talking about equity here. Equality and equity. How come you went to the NWA? How come you didn't go to the NWA and then say, hey, let's combine with Shimmer?
Right.
To do this pay-per-view.
Because you know what? Another thing that I had on my mind, even though, again, respect to Mickie James, but it just sounded like she was just trying to get the uproar of the disgruntled because of the release of Ruby Riott. And like, yo, this is a perfect time for us to throw this out there because I know everybody loved Ruby and this was a conversation. And now we can do this over here because to keep it real, because to keep it a bean, y'all know they're not inviting Lana.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like there's
wrestle.
some women, to wrestle. Some women will not be invited. Yeah. And we know this. So let's just put things in their proper perspective.
I disagree with you to a point on that one.
Okay.
I don't think it's Ruby Riott. I think it's her. Though. I think I had all these ideas. I was going to Vince and I was going to Triple H and they were saying no. Fam, they business people.
Right.
We gotta build that shit up, and then when we build that shit up, we just go like I said with Evolution, that shit came and went.
Right. Yeah.
It came and went. So we supposed to treat Evolution like Slamboree? Come on, that's what I'm telling you. If now, granted, Mickie James did say the same shit that I said, like, yo, it should be an all women's platform, and we should have an all women's pay per view and all of that.
Right.
But if you couldn't get that at the WWE, I think the better conversation instead of this one-off ass women's pay-per-view is talk to Billy, who's from Chicago. And maybe this has happened already. I'm just saying this is what should happen. Yeah. Talk to Billy, his ass in Chicago. Where has Shimmer done the majority of their shows? Fucking Chicago. Right. Hey, Billy, we should do a all-women's brand in NWA. Can we make that happen? Fam, you own NWA. You know what? If we could get the women, let's do it. Well, you know what? Let's go talk to Shimmer. Because then we could also put them on a bigger platform. Because damn near every woman in wrestling has went through Shimmer. Ruby Riott, Shimmer. Sasha Banks. Every woman damn near in wrestling has went through that organization. Right. And I believe that they should be on a bigger platform. And maybe you invest in the equity. Right. Equity. So basically what I'm telling you is, fuck a pay-per-view. Let's put a women's platform up. Put together probably one of these organizations. Now, here's where I might get canceled at. Put Triple H say that all the best women in wrestling are in the WWE. And then you got Thunder Rosa talking about all of the best women are everywhere. But that's not what he said, motherfucker.
Right, exactly. Fuck out of here.
The NBA got all of the best basketball players in the world. Yeah, they're great basketball players everywhere, Thunder Rosa.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
But if you group them all together, they all reside in the WWE. They do not reside in NWA.
Right.
They do not reside in AEW. They do not reside in Impact.
Right.
They reside in the WWE. That's why all of them.
Right.
Sasha Banks was number 1, I believe, in the women's PWI top 500 or top 50. Matter of fact, I think the WWE had 1 through 5.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair headlined WrestleMania night 1 in front of crowds.
And they're two of the best women in the world.
And again, I'm also the person who said on this show that, hey, Roman Reigns lose the title to Cesaro and just put Bianca Belair at the top of the card for a little bit to see if she could take it and run with it.
Right.
I also said Bianca Belair to me is the next crossover star in the WWE.
Right.
So I'm with it. But Triple H ain't saying the best woman wrestler in the world, which is probably Sasha Banks still.
No, he has that too, though.
Yes, he has that too. He said the best women wrestlers reside in the WWE, and you go and say, no, they reside everywhere.
But they have to start becoming the best, and then they get over there, though. Like, this is like, y'all got to understand why LaMelo and Luka wanted to come to the NBA.
That's exactly where I was going. Like Luka Doncic, Kristaps Porzingis, Dirk Nowitzki, fucking Drazen Petrovic.
Right.
You can be Arvydas Sabonis all you want to and come over when you old and frail.
Right.
But you're gonna go there. Let's do this right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
This is for AEW. This is for all these AEW fans. This is for all these other organization fans. Fam, this is the cycle. You might not like it, but this is the cycle right here, ladies and gentlemen. And it's forever going to be the cycle for people who are here. You troll and you work. You do whatever you feel to get yourself to the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in the WWE, let's say 5 years. You're in the WWE. So you're in the WWE for 5 years. Either you get tired, you get burnt out, or you want to be WWE champion, but you can't win the European champion, and they don't even exist no more. So you say you want to leave WWE. Vince McMahon lets you out his contract, you have a 60-day notice.
Mm-hmm.
Or a 60-day non-compete. Then you go to AEW. Or you go to Impact. You go to... But your first stop is where?
New Japan, probably.
No.
Oh,
your
sorry.
First stop is, your first stop is the WWE.
I'm thinking that.
WWE.
I'm thinking afterwards, my bad.
No. First stop is the WWE. And I kind of told y'all this shit last week, but I'm going to tell you a bit more forcefully here.
Okay.
You make the most money by going to the WWE first and going everywhere else.
Right.
I can't go from all Africa wrestling in Bellwood, Illinois, and then demand top dollar at AEW.
Right.
Because I've been doing all of the independents for years, and now I'm like the best independent wrestler in the world. Mm-hmm. I can't go over to AEW and be like, I want $2 million.
Right.
What I can do, however, is go to the WWE and shit, fuck around and be a mid-carder and just don't like it because I'm probably not progressing. Mm-hmm. And then I go to AEW and say, look, man, I've been in the biggest wrestling organization in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And they know me, I'm going to bring people into the seats. I need $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
You're more likely to get your $1 million that way. I'm not going to go to AEW and be at AEW for 5 years, do the same shit that I just said that you could do in the WWE, and then come to AEW and get $1 million. I can't do that.
Right.
I can't take that route in AEW and then go to WWE and say, Vince, give me $1 million. Because Vince gonna be like, yo, your digital profile is just AEW, and we still head and shoulders the biggest wrestling company in the world.
Right.
The only people that can do that is niggas like AJ Styles.
Right.
Who became a household name.
Yes.
Where he was at. Top of the card.
Mm-hmm.
Samoa Joe. top of the card.
Mm-hmm.
And just let's be real. Wrestling is just like the NBA and all these other things. Mm-hmm. Only a certain amount of you motherfuckers is gonna make it.
Right. Facts, man.
So let me bring that to the women. It is lesser for you than it is for a man, and that is unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
But what we can't do here is choose equality over equity. And what we can't do is get butthurt when a man says some shit.
Right.
Now, if he says something vulgar and outlandish, calling you a bitch, oh, snap off.
Mm-hmm.
But even when he says, in my opinion, and again, an opinion ain't based in fact.
Right. Not all the time.
Not all the time. But he said, in my opinion, I got the best women wrestlers in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Triple H works for who? The fucking WWE. Right. What the fuck is he supposed to say?
Right.
Well, we don't have the best women in the world. That goes for AEW. That damn Britt Baker over there. She's astonishing, fam. She's great. She's the greatest women's wrestler in the world. I aspire for all my women to be like that. No! So why the fuck are we butthurt over Triple H saying that shit? You know why? Because it's facts.
Right.
You're only getting mad at Triple H because of that shit because it's fact.
Yeah.
You're getting mad at Triple H because Triple H is telling the motherfucking truth.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're mad at Triple H. You ain't mad at Triple H because it's like, oh man, here you go again. He's being sexist. Because that was nothing sexist that he said.
No, at all.
Could he have worded it better? Hold on. Could he have worded it better? No. He said what he said.
Right.
Could he gave more context? Probably he could have gave more context. But he didn't have to in this case. He could have. I said, keyword, he could have, but he didn't have to. Because it was cut and it was clear to me. Mm-hmm. We ain't got to do that shit. We ain't got to do Evolution again. We ain't got to do it again. We don't even have, unfortunately, we don't even have a motherfucking storyline that's big enough to go ahead and carry that shit. And as you said, half of the women that you just named carried that motherfucker by name.
Right.
So Mickie James is supposed to put together the motherfucking pay-per-view? For us? No. Yeah. And if you want to do that on your own, go do that on your own. But here, it's business first. Mm-hmm. You could talk all that wrestling, family, all shit, all you want to. But when are you fucking nerds and virgins gonna understand? This shit is fucking Pine Valley, Port Charles. It is All My Children. It is General Hospital. This is Enter-fucking-tainment. Mm-hmm. Why the fuck are we butthurt at a motherfucker not putting on the show? Did you motherfuckers get butt? Like, let me ask this question. For all these people, should there be an all-women's baseball league? Should it be a league of their own?
Hey, just the movie.
Just the
movie. That was great. I love that movie.
It happened in one of my favorite sports movies of all time. You want to do that? Let's do that too. Do you motherfuckers support the WNBA? Do you watch Candace Parker on the daily?
You should.
You should.
For 2 reasons.
Yes. We won't
actually
discuss
3. Yeah.
Actually more than that.
Yeah, I won't say.
But I digress.
Yeah.
Like, should we have a women's football team? Football league? Do you watch Clarissa Shields? Should Clarissa Shields could come over to the WWE and make a statement better and more than any fucking woman outside of the WWE right now. And there's a reason why I say outside of the WWE. Because that's where they at. He ain't lie. Triple H did not lie. His opinion is based in fact. If Mickie James want to do what she doing at NWA, that's cool. Don't do it on the backs of WWE though. Because that's the other thing right there, Cam, before I let you go. You doing this shit off the backs of the WWE. How come the fucking NWA didn't do that shit before you, Mickie James? Like, and this is me not just calling out Mickie James.
Right.
When it comes to the development of this shit, even though it comes from a good place. And you doing wrestling shit. I'm actually calling out AEW because, as we said on here, that women's division suck.
Yeah.
That shit suck ass.
Yeah.
And they don't get enough time to even do shit. That's how much it sucks ass.
Right.
And they supposed to be the difference. Sucks ass.
Yeah.
Impact, I'm not going to say Impact women sucks ass. Because they do a hell of a job over there.
Right.
Impact Wrestling is just not here. ROH women are decent.
Yeah.
NWA, I mean, is Thunder Rosa's dope over there. As you said, you've named a couple. I've named a couple. Melina's over there. Like, we named them.
Allison K. Always got to say Allison K's name.
Allison K. If somebody else over, the swole chick, Brickhouse.
Yeah, Brickhouse is now
Camille Brickhouse. Yeah, Camille
yes.
Brickhouse.
Yeah. And what's the girl, Marty Bell?
Yeah, Marty Bell.
Marty Bell over there.
Yeah, it's decent over there.
Yeah, it's decent
over there. But it ain't that.
Right.
It ain't that 800-pound gorilla.
Right.
And you know what? It's okay. But if you're trying to build up a women's organization and all that shit, if you're trying to build up the women, that's cool. But what I get upset, and it doesn't matter because I get mad at the WWE. I got mad at the whole war between AEW and WWE. If you gonna do it, don't do it on the backs of other shit.
Right.
Just go ahead and get that motherfucking shit done. And when I look at Shimmer, who did a lot of motherfucking shows in Berwyn, and I look at them, I say, hey, that's a perfect fucking marriage. So don't shoot for equality. Because equality is just going to do a motherfucking show at a goddamn hall, bingo hall.
Right.
Just to say you got a show. No.
Right.
Fight for equity. That's where it's at. I don't want to hear that equality shit. Right. And even as a black man, I don't want to hear that equality shit.
And I'm glad you said that.
Equity. I want to hear a piece. See a piece. I want to see how it affects. And equality is just, we all on equal platforms. We're good. And we ain't.
Right, we ain't.
Because I'm going to talk about that shit later on today. About how we ain't. We ain't. I'm fighting for equality. Equity. And that's what you should be fighting for. That's what you should be wanting. Because here's the other thing. Just like Triple H said, if we were to do an all-man show, I guarantee you this. I guarantee you this. Shouts out to the white people that might listen to this pod. If Mark Henry would have went to Vince McMahon and say, we should have a pay-per-view with all black people on it.
Damn it. Okay.
I'm going to let you go now. But if he would have said, hey, I want a pay-per-view with all black wrestlers on there on February 17th, the day of the birthday. Right. In Atlanta, Georgia, on February 17th, the birthday of possibly the greatest black American sports figure of all time, Michael Jordan. I want to do an all black people pay-per-view. Guess who would be upset about that shit? Mickey James.
Oh. Yeah. And I'm glad you said that. And I'm glad I didn't even paint that picture. I was just going to make a statement to make it clear that we are not in the pro men, be sexist, like women need to take what we give them type of shit. Because no, this ain't that. Because I'm going to tell you, as a black man who literally got super overly emotional when Kofi Mania happened and it followed through, that I never want to see an all black pay-per-view. And I don't care if it's men and women. I don't care if it's people that identify as black. I don't care if it's all the biracial people. I don't care. I don't want to see that. And as I say that, and you talk about this equality over equity, I do want to make a statement and then tell a story, right? So I think in this world that we live in today, people confuse being my time with I need to be number one now. I need to be in the number one slot. I need all the focus and attention on me. No, it just means that we are now here to spotlight your grind. Quick story. In 1997, I had officially passed safety class, and I was supposed to go into driver's ed so I could get my permit to get my license. Okay, but my driver's ed teacher didn't really like me. So I was the worst driver in the world. He did not fuck with me. I'm not gonna say his name because I'm cool with his nephews, but it's still fuck your uncle. You dig what I'm saying? And that's that. However, I got in the car with my aunt, and all of a sudden, she was like, "No, you good. I don't understand what the deal is." Drive with my grandma, rest in peace. Oh, you know what? You good. I did blow a stop sign with her because I didn't know the stop sign was there on this odd corner in Freeport. But she was like, "Oh, you can't do that. They're not gonna give you a license if you do that." But everything else was good, Cam. You're doing a really good job. My mom, hysterical. I was the worst driver in the world to my mom. Fucking Mr. Fuck You. He passed me with a pour. Right?
Oh.
Okay. He passed me with a pour. I drive with my cousin Corey. Shout out to Corey. He was like, "Yo, fuck is Mr. Fuck You talking about?" I'm like, "Yo, you could take your test tomorrow if you really want it. It ain't even gonna be that fucking hard." Okay, bet. Go to the driver's license joint, take the test. Literally after the next day after passing with the pour, I passed the test with 100. The driving test with 100% and get my license. So now I'm ready to drive. State of Illinois says that this little thing, handy dandy thing right here, means I can operate any vehicle in the world if I want to. I go home. I got my license, see, said it couldn't be done. Boom, look, I got it. So now I'm ready. All right, cool. That's why I kept the Corolla. That's you. Oh, I want to drive the Breeze. No, nigga. Fuck you mean? You're not driving the Breeze. That's my car. You take my old car. You take the Toyota Corolla. Mom, I'm 6 foot. I don't care. You're not fucking up my car, Cameron. Okay, you know what I had to do? I had to get in the fucking Toyota Corolla. We nicknamed it the Blue Bullet. We put little kicker speakers in it, the little 5.5 joints, because it was too small for 6x9s. And I still play Wu-Tang in the fucking car, Triumph, do, 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 do. And it's just in the Corolla. Now, yeah, it cut off in the rain sometimes. I need spark plugs and shit like that. But it also costs $5 to fill the whole motherfucker up. And we got to Rockford and back and went to media play and to the movies, I fucked in that car and got stopped by the police in the Twin Caves at Craig Park, but that's another story for another time. Okay? Bottom line is, what I did with that car was the spotlight was on me and I made shit happen. And then before you know it, found a Jeep Cherokee that I wanted more than that damn Toyota. Mom sold her Toyota, acquired me the Jeep. And then just like that, an upgrade, and I was still able to do exactly what I was doing in the Toyota with more room than the Jeep Cherokee.
Shouts to run you over.
You dig? And that was the number 2 one. I'm talking about Jizza 85.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and you know what? Look, I maintained that one, graduated college, and she blessed me with the 2000 something joint to run over you too.
Hey man.
What I'm saying with
a lot of equality, boy, I'm hearing.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, is that, yeah, you know what? It did take a good amount of time to figure out that women could wrestle, and they could wrestle really well, and it wasn't about puppies and evening gown matches and bra and panty matches and doing all that, right? We did know that some women were good enough to get past the bathroom breaks and the commercial breaks, right?
Right.
But even with that, now we got them headlining WrestleManias. We got them holding major titles on other programmings. We got them traveling as tag team champions. We have an all-women's pay-per-view, but it's still more work to be done. And you never should stop growing and evolving from the spot that you've done. You should be perfecting it. So when it comes time for equity, You'd rather be overpaid than underrated, like Jay-Z told us about a decade ago. So please stop all of this. We need the all this or the all that. Y'all so all lives matter and y'all don't fucking know it.
Man.
Y'all so all lives matter and y'all don't fucking know it. And this is for black people. This is for black men. This is for black women. This is for all women. This is for all of whatever you like when you go to the bedroom. Everybody is so all lives matter and y'all don't even know it. Because now, again, to Bang's equality piece, y'all all want to just be number one amongst y'all. You don't even really want to be the best in the world. Shout out to CM Punk from Chicago as well. Best in the world means, hey, these girls over here, these guys over there, and them gays back there, yeah, I'm better than all them motherfuckers. And put us all on the same night, and I'm going to show you that I'm better than all these motherfuckers here. But no, that don't be the conversation no more. The conversation is now like, man, women are just as good as men. We should have all of our own show. Man, black people be wrestling real good too. How come we just can't have our own federation? Because what is that proving? Because to Triple H's point, hey, the best in the world is over here. What he really could have said, if Triple H really would have gotten this back, he could be like, look, man, the WWE is the best, okay? We got the best white women. We got the best black women. We got the best black men. We got the best black champs. We got the best gay folks over here. Mm-hmm. we just got the best motherfuckers here. Like, why y'all trying to do your own shit? Like, yo, come, we can buy your block and make it better. Like, why y'all trying to do this other shit? But he didn't. He just said, look, man, in my opinion, I think the best women in the world are here. So why would we, why are we talking about equality when I got all the best pieces here in it?
Basically. Nigga, I got all of the top people on the chessboard.
Yeah. Like, man, fam, you got all the pawns and rooks, nigga.
Right.
Like you lost. All right. The kings and queens is over here too. You know
that first black champ. All right, so let's not being canceled. Let's go over the Hell in the Cell real quick. And I'm just gonna start about to get canceled again. So there's only 4 matches announced right now for Hell in a Cell.
Yes, that's
Bobby
weird.
Lashley versus Drew McIntyre in a last chance Hell in a Cell match.
Yes.
Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley, Raw Women's Championship match. Bianca Belair versus Bayley, SmackDown Women's Championship match, and then Roman Reigns versus Rey Mysterio. The match that Camp from the Port said was supposed to happen at the Royal Rumble. Damn near exactly. Only thing that didn't happen is somebody didn't get bumped in the hallway.
Right. Yeah.
But even with the Jimmy Uso implications,
yeah,
same shit. But they having it at Hell in a Cell and want to go to Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Last chance Hell in a Cell.
Yes.
So this means Bobby Lashley's losing the title, right?
No. No, it doesn't. It just means that they now realize that we're tired of seeing Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley.
Okay.
And again, I'm always pro making a title run mean something. I've said it numerous times on the show. It just means it's time for Bobby Lashley to move on and face somebody the fuck else, man. Because, yo, you really can't be the almighty and you really can't be the most dominant champion if you're dominating one motherfucker the whole time. Like, you just can't. So, you know, Drew McIntyre, yeah, man, you should be at the back of the line. You should have been at the back of the line a couple months ago. Like, that's just how the shit go, bruh. Like, I literally understand storylines, but at the same time, I literally don't understand how many title rematches he's gotten. Like, the world open, man.
Even with Randy Orton.
Yeah, come on, man.
I'm glad that you're more optimistic than me.
Okay.
Because it's over.
Damn it.
Camp, it's over. I'm not optimistic at all, as you see.
I see.
As soon as they said last chance, I said, fuck.
Mm.
It's a wrap.
Mm.
And I know I just said all this shit about women and the equity and all of this shit, and I still stand on it. I know somebody's going to try to use what I'm talking about here against me, and I don't give a fuck. Because multiple things can be right at the same time. Camp,
Absolutely.
they're about to take the belt off of Bobby Lashley when we start going around fans.
Damn it.
I'm going to let you know how bad that's going to look if that happens. Because the red herring here is Brock Lesnar's profile has been removed from the alumni section to the active wrestler section.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, nah. Wow, okay.
So Brock Lesnar's back for SummerSlam is about to be WrestleMania 2. If the rumors are correct, this shit's about to be lit. John Cena versus Roman Reigns is rumored to be taking place. Brock Lesnar is rumored to be on this card. I think Becky's coming back. I think SummerSlam is gonna be full capacity. I think everything we wanted for WrestleMania, except for the 2-night event, is happening on the Saturday, August 21st.
Okay. Wow.
To the point where I might have 2 birthday parties for Trey. My son's birthday is on the 15th, so of course we got to do it that weekend. And that weekend was supposed to be the weekend of Fury versus Joshua, but then Deontay Wilder bitch ass did what he did. But that's another day and another time. Yeah, so man. August 21st, SummerSlam on a Saturday in Las Vegas, full capacity in that bitch. It's going to be bananas.
Word.
And I know Bobby Lashley has been petitioning for Brock Lesnar. But the only thing that keeps me from thinking that's going to happen is that when Drew McIntyre beat Brock Lesnar, he did it in front of nobody.
Okay.
And Bobby Lashley, we gave you a win in front of people at WrestleMania. First match on the card. You kicked us off. You can't, black man, can't get everything you want.
True. Facts.
You want the title at WrestleMania? Or do you want Brock Lesnar? Which one do you want? And to keep it a buck,
he picked right.
He picked right. He picked right. Which is why that shit ain't happening at WrestleMania. I mean, at SummerSlam. Because he picked right. Win at WrestleMania. You know what? If I had to choose between the two, I'm choosing the WrestleMania win too. Drew, the face always wins in these types of matches. And I agree with you. We tired of seeing it. And you know what? They tired of seeing it too. Bobby, take your ass over there. We gave you a run with the title for 100 days. Even when they said the other day that he reached his 100th day of the champion, I said, shit. Everything is just leading to me that we gonna get a couple of them damn, whatever the name of the move is called.
Claymores.
We're gonna get a couple of Claymores. And Bobby Lashley's gonna lose at Hell in a Cell. And the next night on Raw, when he holds the belt up, Brock Lesnar's music is coming on. Without Paul Heyman.
Right, yeah.
Without Paul Heyman.
Different time, different show.
And Drew McIntyre is going to get F5'd a couple of times. And we're going to be on the road to SummerSlam. Ladies and gentlemen, I should sound very upset. But a key thing here is equity. We won that motherfucker about at WrestleMania, G. I'm okay. That's the reason why in the group I put who you think is gonna happen. And everybody was like Lashley versus Lesnar. No, fam. If you watch wrestling long enough, look at the tea leaves. It's a last chance match. X on the champ. Also, the champ is a heel. X on the champ. Also, They've already counted down how many days this motherfucker's been champ.
Right, true.
X that shit too. And Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania pandemic was not in front of fans.
Okay, so now I guess it's time for what I believe is going to happen through my guarantee for this week.
Okay.
Because my guarantee for this week is Kofi Kingston is going to cost Drew McIntyre the title, and their feud is what goes in.
I hope so.
Because
oh my God, I hope so.
Because so it's June now. We're doing Hell in the Cell, and there's a July pay-per-view, right? So now what I believe is going to happen, because they're going to give Drew something else to do, and under the radar, they've been building Kofi versus Drew McIntyre.
They have.
So, and whether it was the win over Bobby Lashley, Kofi telling him to get back to the line, the conversations with MVP, you know what I'm saying?
Which was a great conversation.
Yes, it was.
And go ahead.
So, and he was like, yo, I really do believe the return of Kofi Mania, like at least in his mind, and at least the mindset of it, is on the way back. And the perfect target for it is one, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre, the guy who lost his belt but gets several opportunities. Drew McIntyre, the guy that beat you for this last opportunity. Drew McIntyre, the guy who really, if we're keeping it a bean, might not have had the bigger moment at that Kofi Mania SummerSlam, but had the better title run as far as aesthetics, optics, eye tests would go. So really, the storyline I believe that's going to be developed is Kofi Kingston don't think y'all got him fucked up, aka Roy Jones. Y'all must have forgot, like, yo, WrestleMania 2019, because I don't remember the number, was on my back. And this motherfucker is getting all the opportunities and all of the looks after it, and not fucking me.
So I got a question for you.
Okay.
Because I kind of knew you was going in that direction, because I think that promo between MVP and Kofi was tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
So I have two questions for you, if we're going in that direction. All right, question number one, does Xavier Woods come with? And question two, do you believe that if, let's say for instance we're overthinking this and Brock Lesnar is not at SummerSlam,
okay,
do you believe that Drew McIntyre, whether he wins the title or not, do you think that Drew McIntyre's next opponent is Kofi Kingston?
Yes. I think no matter what, it's leading up to Drew versus Kofi for either nothing or for everything. This is, and you know what? After I seen the joint, but the conversation between Kofi and MVP, you know what I thought? Wow, it would be pretty wild if MVP replaced Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander with the New Day. That would be wild as hell. And I was like, you know, business transaction. Like, hey fam, look, I was just here to keep the title on the chief herd officer. It's July. You fired. And they like, the fuck? Bobby Lashley, Kofi Kingston at SummerSlam. That's what I got. That's what I got. I know the Brock Lesnar shit is the Brock Lesnar shit, but keeping it a bean because of the guy at the center of all of this is not Brock Lesnar. It's not Drew McIntyre. It's not Bobby Lashley. It's MVP.
That's true.
And I think that Bobby Lashley keeping the title through Hell in the Cell, Kofi Kingston being used by MVP to get Drew McIntyre the fuck out of here twice over, and then setting up the like, hey fam, okay, yo, that was good. Okay, yeah, you're not shucking and jiving. You know what? Y'all real. You inspired me. That's a bet. No, hold up, Kofi, hold up, wait, hold up, fam. Nah. So you just said that I helped keep the title in the Hurt business? Well, now this is my business. Yo, Drew McIntyre, Kofi Kingston, Bobby Lashley, SummerSlam, run it.
So, okay, so that sounds dope to me.
Yeah.
I'll even go further. In my opinion, I'm basing it off of what you're telling me.
Okay.
If, by chance,
mm-hmm.
Bobby Lashley was to lose the championship,
mm-hmm.
and Kofi says, fuck it, let's slide on over here.
Mm-hmm.
I think the way that they've positioned the Hurt business is because, especially since Bobby Lashley is the chief Hurt officer,
mm-hmm.
they position it where it really don't matter if another person came in. Because I'm the chief Hurt officer.
Right.
Like, okay, hey, Kofi, go do it. Right. I'm about to go chill with these bitches.
Yeah. Because Bobby Lashley's position is not contingent on him having the title.
No, it's not.
It was just like, fam, how does he not have it? That's the conversation. It's like, yeah, no, like he should just be the champ. It's like, because not technically MVP, run shit.
Right. This is a Heenan family type of situation.
Yes.
Where multiple people can fight for the championship in the Heenan family.
Mm-hmm.
This is like listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
It really just hit. This is more Heenan family than it is Four Horsemen.
Yes.
The head of the Heenan family is Bobby Heenan.
That's right.
But King Kong Bundy can fight for the championship at WrestleMania 2.
Mm-hmm.
Andre the Giant can wrestle for the championship at WrestleMania 3. WrestleMania 3.
Yep.
Of course, that's his lead dog, but then I could bring in a Mr. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And we could do our thing. I could bring in a Rick Rude. Yo! Yo! Oh, what an aha moment!
Yeah, hey, look,
we've been talking Four Horsemen all this goddamn time. That's the Heenan family.
Right, because look, why are Shelton and Cedric not in the Hurt business no more? Because they couldn't handle business.
Right. But I
could handle business.
But I could bring in these other two, and we could do all this. Goddamn, we've been talking about this is our Four Horsemen all this time.
Mm-hmm.
And goddamn it, you MVP.
Hey, MVP struck the deal with Miz. Why? Because Bobby Lashley can handle business.
We've been Four Horsemen all this goddamn time. And just come to realize that MVP is creating the Heenan family. The black version of the Heenan family. God damn it. You won again today.
Hey, yo, because I really think that's what it is. I really think that's what it is. Like, I love the black Four Horsemen aesthetic. But, man, we got to remember, MVP, look, we didn't really want to see Bobby Heenan wrestle, and we knew what time it is if he did wrestle. Now, granted, MVP's in a much better situation to handle himself in the ring. Yeah. Right. But look, we already know, like, I got real beef. I'm going to call Andre. Like, Uncle Andre. No, get this nigga.
I'm going to call Rick.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I'm a wrestler. I'm not a wrestler. I'm a broadcast journalist. I'm a manager. Don't put your fucking hands on me.
Right. I'm going to call the Islanders.
Son, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, hey, look, contractual agreements. Hey, look, Kofi handled his business. We need, or Kofi go handle business on his own. Be like, man, fuck Drew McIntyre, man, get this fuck out of here.
And even if that's the case, fam, like even if that is the case, all I'm thinking here is Heenan family type shit. Because Kofi could still be down, and then they could say fuck. Because I said at WrestleMania, Kofi and Xavier Woods is playing the heel right now.
Yes, you did.
I said they've been playing the heel for a while now, low key.
Because the The trombone is the grab the ref's leg. I mean,
Right.
grab the superstar's leg. That's the slap going across
Right.
the rope so you hang it. The trombone is meant to be like, hey, no, you about to lose.
Right. Yeah, they ain't been playing the heel for quite a while now. And then also with that, another thing with that is I said it's time for a change for the New Day.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't realize that, and they can still be the New Day in the Hurt Business. God damn. Let's move on, fam. Not gonna aha me. So you got Bobby Lashley winning that match.
Yep.
I still got Drew McIntyre winning that match.
Yes.
But I'm thinking in wrestling terms. But this right here, this Heenan family shit, and even Kofi's involvement, all that shit, aha moment. I have a real question when it comes to the Charlotte Flair Rhea Ripley shit.
Okay.
Do people still care about Charlotte Flair?
You know what? Do people care? I'll say it's dying down.
Okay.
It's dying down because I don't even see people going in on how they don't want to see Charlotte no more.
Do you think she takes the belt from Rhea Ripley?
Yep. Litmus test.
Okay.
Litmus test. They'd be like, "Oh, y'all don't care about Charlotte? So you only, or do you care about her when she got the belt?" Let's see.
Yeah.
Now look, excuse me. I will say, Rhea Ripley winning the match would be a definitive turning point, but Charlotte can't talk this talk and be developing this character without the belt.
Right. Okay. I don't think people care as much, but I think they'll care when she wins the title again. I got Charlotte Flair winning next week too.
Yes,
Bianca Belair versus Bayley. I'll start this off by saying I think we're about to see another character change with Bayley.
Okay.
The whole thing with the camera, with the video, with her maniacally laughing.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're starting to see a different version of the Bayley character. Mm-hmm. I don't think she's gonna become quite doink-ish and shit like that.
Okay.
But I do think we're going to see we're gonna get back to seeing more of a angrier, menacing Bayley once she loses again. And I think she's going to start fucking up the women's roster.
Yeah.
So Bianca Belair's winning, but she gonna start fucking folks up.
Yeah. And I'm totally with you on that. Bayley is mastering being great in losing.
Yep.
So, like, with the accolades that she already holds, she don't really need the belt anyway. But what she's developing as far as character layer, it's becoming greater because she's always on the hunt.
Yep.
So, do I see her getting the belt by the end of this year? Yes.
Okay.
However, I think it's going to be the buildup, which is this entire summer into the fall. And I'm thinking maybe Survivor Series or TLC or whatever they're going to call the last pay-per-view in December. I think maybe that's where it turns for her.
Okay. And I do think we get Sasha and Bayley at WrestleMania.
Okay.
I do think we get them in front of fans.
Because it is that time.
Yep.
And if we got one for 2021, 2022 is definitely that.
Yep. All right, so let's go into your prediction that went right. It just took a couple of months to get to it.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns versus Rey Mysterio. Camp was known at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, man.
This is exactly what we thought was going to happen. Like I said, the only thing we said was the bump backstage.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. But everything else is happening.
Right. Basically, instead of threatening to beat his son ass, Roman Reigns literally beat his son ass.
2 weeks in a row.
And now it's on.
And threw him out of the ring. Let me be the first to say the only time that I've really paid attention to somebody doing that shit like that was on the video game.
Yeah.
When you're throwing somebody, like when their energy is all the way down and you can just throw a motherfucker out the ring. That's how he threw. Yeah. That's how he threw Rey Mysterio, Dominik Mysterio.
Hey, did you see the meme of like we just say like when you in a Jamaican club?
Yes.
And it's got to
no,
throwing them out.
Did you see the meme where they have the photo and then they said, "I bet you're wondering how I got to this moment."
No, I didn't see it. I gotta see that
Man.
one. Oh God, that's
That
funny.
shit was hilarious as hell. But
That's funny.
Roman Reigns is on his beat the fuck out of everybody
Yeah, man.
and leave shit. It was even funny seeing, Rey Mysterio say that I'm here to acknowledge you and all that stuff. But then in the midst of all of that say, even though I'm going to lose. Like basically saying that he's going to lose. Like,
Right.
you're going to whoop my ass, but I'm going to fight you for beating up my son.
Right. It's like, okay, Pops.
Yeah, all right, Pops. And when that kendo stick slid, I was like, who the fuck did that? But then it was Dominik, and everybody got their ass whooped. But the promo before that with Jimmy was eye-opening. Where he basically told Jimmy, look. Well, first, when Jimmy acknowledged, Fram, I ain't trying to wrestle you. We can fight. That was some real family shit.
Right.
Like, bruh, this ain't about wrestling. Now, we could box. And even when he said box, I said, this is getting too black for me. This is getting too black. This is getting too black for me. Like, fam, look, we can box this out, fam. This ain't about this shit. It ain't about what you think. It ain't about that championship. I don't want your championship. I want that shit. You know what I'm saying? You the head of the table, all that shit, but what you not gonna do is be bitching us out.
Right. Like, I ain't no hodo.
Right. Now, we can fight.
You holding it down, but you, like, I'm not your bitch, though.
Right. You're not gonna talk to me any type of way.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, this is getting too black for me. Because this is some shit that goes on in every black family. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck how much money you got. I don't give a fuck about that car. I don't give a fuck that grandma like you.
Right.
We can box right now, G.
They still want to fight.
Right. And Roman Reigns hit his ass. Right. And Roman Reigns hit his ass with the look, fam. I'm doing this shit for us. Your brother was popping before you was gone, before you got here. He was lit before you got here. Yeah. Now you come back here, now you want to bring him back down?
Right.
You could do all that shit if you want to. But the fact of the matter is, he was main event Jay when you was gone.
Yeah.
See where you can be?
Right. I love the mind manipulation angle of the character. Like, it's great. It's great.
It's great, but is it really mind manipulation if it's true? Here's why. Like, I get what you saying. And yes, it's mind manipulation. But it's mind manipulation and true shit at the same. More than two things could be right at the same time.
Right. 1 + 3 and 3 + 1.
Jay was main event Uso. He wrestled me. I put him on. Like, literally what Roman is saying is, damn, do you not know? Like, he came back. I put him on.
Right.
He main event Jay. I put him in that spot. He had to wrestle me to get that spot. I know you don't like that shit, but
it is what it is.
This nigga was in 2 main events. We was at the top of the card. Us. You ain't here. He still main event Jay. This motherfucker won the Battle Royal. We don't even talk about that goddamn Battle Royal. He won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Right.
This is why you were gone.
Yeah.
Now you want to come back and because you mad at me? You mad at me for choking you out. You mad at me for choking you out. Now he got to come back to you. Damn, do you know who was at the top of the ramp? My daddy and your uncles. Where Rikishi at?
Yeah, he ain't stepped in yet. He ain't said shit yet.
He ain't said shit. He training Bow Wow, fam. Yeah. He ain't came through yet.
Those are facts too.
He was main event Jay, and now you out here losing to Dominik and Rey. You're losing to a child. I don't give a fuck if your arm was up. You lost.
Yeah.
That makes us look bad. So, yes, it's mind manipulation. But I'm going to say it's mind manipulation in the good way. Get on your shit, my nigga.
Right.
Hey. This is literally, he literally gave this man the man, get on your shit.
Right. Yeah, no, he did.
I know you was gone for a year, but your brother was popping, G. And you come up here, welcoming people to the Uso Penitentiary, and you ain't won a match.
Oh God. Hey, look, man, it's real. It's very real. I would say, but and the thing is, the part that makes it the part that makes it interesting is because at best, even listening to Roman Reigns, Jey Uso can only be the Intercontinental Champion. But then what is the hierarchy? Is the Intercontinental Championship above the Tag Team Championships?
So,
and
I'm glad that you said that.
Yeah,
I'm glad that you said that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if he wins the Intercontinental Championship, it does shit. Because Jimmy's eventually coming back. I think what I thought should happen all along when Jimmy came back is going to happen by SummerSlam.
Okay.
It might happen. Matter of fact, it's going to happen Hell in a Cell. Has he been bitching Jay? Yes. But I think Jay finally was like, fuck this shit. Y'all get it together.
Right.
Matter of fact, I'm going to put a real life situation in this piece. Okay. Remember when me and Roger got into the argument in Atlanta? And you yelled at me and Roger? You're Jey Uso. Hey man, y'all shut the fuck up. Both of y'all shut the fuck up. I get it together. Right. That's this shit, yeah. That happened, ladies and gentlemen.
And then they asked me why I hollered at him. But you gotta be on the outside to experience.
Right. That's Jay. That's Jay right now. He finally was like, fuck it. Tired of you? Tired of you. Fix it. These motherfuckers. At that point, I was like, okay, Usos is about to be the meanest tag team in the shit. When Jay did that, cause Jay be looking at Roman like, damn.
Right.
He up that motherfucker head be like turned to the left, looking down like, I gotta hit his motherfucking mouth, man. Fuck. This was the first time since they wrestled, since he had on the cocaine white pants and short shoes, where Jay was really at his cousin. He finally did it. Now, that made Jimmy go, oh, he ain't nobody's bitch. Damn, I have been fucking up, though.
Right.
Shit. I'm sitting here worried about Dominik Mysterio, nigga. I got to be worried about Alpha and Sika when we at the barbecue.
Right.
Fuck.
Facts,
You right. But I'm nobody's bitch. So if we gonna do this shit, we gonna do this shit our way.
Right.
And then Roman goes, because his manipulation in his family way is,
right,
fam, we got to take care of business. Go get them tag team belts.
Right.
So then we all in this motherfucker now. Now my belt is the top.
Right.
But y'all eating too. We eating. We fucking everybody up.
Right.
And I think now his manipulation is, I finally got this motherfucker on my side. I'm never going to lose this title. But now we're about to own all. When he hit the motherfucker with the WrestleMania shit, I said, damn.
Yeah. I was like, yo, I was like, damn. Like, damn. And then I was like, yeah. And now Jey Uso's officially been in more WrestleManias than you.
Again, if you have a big family or if you have a lot of homies, you should have felt Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Jimmy.
Yeah.
In more ways than one. Because I looked at that shit, I was like, man, Cam ain't going to yell at me like that again. He not going to yell at me like that again. He right. He not going to yell at me like that again. I don't know what he think this is, but shit, he right. And that's what Jimmy is right now. Jimmy like, yeah, he right. And then Roger, Roger was Roman at that point because I let him use my phone again. So it's like, it is what it is. Until you gave him your phone, but I let him use man, let her call you, fam. Shut your ass up. I'm good around these parts.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's so I think that's what we gonna get, fam. I think when it comes to Hell in a Cell, it's gonna be family ties. All in the family. I think it's gonna be all. I think it's gonna be all in the family. I mean, we know Rey Mysterio ain't winning that shit.
Yeah, no, man. Yeah, unless they want people to fucking boycott fucking wrestling, like again, no. Look, he about to get like. And for that, my prediction on that match, it's not even going to be a victory. It's just going to be just a mugging of a family. Like they're about to beat the Samoan dynasty is about to beat the Mysterio family ass, like to just close the show. Like niggas getting fucked up out there. You like expect somebody to get plummeted.
Yeah.
Like,
literally, the only way Rey Mysterio is going to win this match is if Jimmy Uso shocks us and turn on his family.
Right. Yeah, that's
and Jay would have to join him.
Yeah, it's literally got to be 2-on-1.
Yeah, because shit, Roman and beat the shit out of the Rey Mysterio family together.
Right.
Like the only person that could stop Roman Reigns on that side of the family is Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. so I mean, we basically got the predictions what we got for next week. I mean, hey, so it is what it is. If any match change, we'll let you know. Yeah. All right, man. Let's finish off this pod, man, with some shit that this shit right here, boy. Oh man, so the top 50 tag teams list. Let's go. Start with 50, where it left off. Bushwhackers at number 50, followed by Too Cool at 49, the Quebecers at 48, Smoking Guns at 47, 46, Strike Force 45, the Head Shrinkers 44, Pac and Kane 43, a team that Kemp did not like, Evolution, followed by 42, Eminem. 41, the Nasty Boys, followed by Rated RKO at 39, Lundrick and Kendrick. 38, another team that Camp from the Port don't like, or at least one of the members, DIY. World's Greatest Tag Team at 37, and at 36, Money Inc. So that's how the top 50 tag team started off. Now,
right.
I did say, I think now we're going to have some shit that shocks us.
Man.
I will say for me, I did not think I was going to get shocked in this way. Okay. Starting at 35, Jericho and the Big Show. Too high, too low, just right.
Jericho, too high, especially when they refreshed me on how they became the tag team champions in the first place. I was like, this sounds like 49 to me. Maybe 46. Like, maybe. But yeah, I mean, and the thing is, I think even before we seen this, I think we both picked Jericho to be on the list. But yeah, 35, like blatant disrespect to literally 3 of the 4 teams right under him.
All right. So going to 34, the Natural Disasters. I'll say this is just right for me. But considering some of these tag teams is about to get called up, it's too low. But go ahead.
So for the Natural Disasters, right, I thought they had longer and more title reigns than they showed. I ain't gonna front.
No, yeah, it was just that one, and then they lost to Money Inc.
Yeah, I thought they were at least. I thought they were 3-time champs for some reason. So that's why I had them in my top 30. But since they only had like just one like bomb ass run, I'm fine with 34.
I see the reason why I say they're a little bit too low is mainly because while they only had that one title reign, it was dominant.
Right. And
not only that, they had a dominant run, just the tag team in general. They was 2 years in.
Right. So yeah. So and look, if they're in my top 30, but if they don't make the top 30, I get it.
I get it. All right. Number 33, not gonna lie, shocked the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Because how the WWE do these lists, the Street Profits at 33.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm shocked, Tom.
Yeah. I had them at 17 or 19.
Right.
So and then it didn't make it any better when they said they literally have won every tag team title. Like, fam.
They're Triple Crown tag team champ.
Yeah. Like literally nobody else that they named did that. Well, wait, one more of the tag team is no, they haven't. They haven't. Nobody else on the list did it by the time they mentioned it. So I was like, yeah, y'all gotta be high. But no, 33. I guess they're just trying to make it seem like they are not all about the new era of tag team wrestling and putting them at the top just because.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Yeah. And to be clear, this is too low. I'm sorry. I do want to say that real quick.
Yeah.
I know this is first Black Champ, but still, this is too low. Street Profits are way too low on this list.
Yeah, because here's the other thing. I would be shocked if the first Triple Crown champs are on this list now.
Man.
Even though I knew they was not going to be on there because of where they're at. But if Street Profits is on this bitch, the Revival should be on this motherfucker.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But
because them the only two.
Right.
But the Revival is at another organization right now.
Yeah.
And they not on this current list. And they not gonna put them motherfuckers for 20 to 0. To 1.
Yeah.
So I have something to that because I didn't realize they were the second Triple Crown champs. And I didn't realize that the Revival was number 1, the first one. So I got some issues with this list.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go on to number 32. Wow. When the Briscoes pops up on this motherfucking list,
man,
at 32, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, listen.
Now let me say this. I am not mad. If this is how we're going, right? I'm not mad with the Briscoes being on this list. The Briscoe brothers, I'm not. But, no. 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 No.
Just no.
No. Because here's the thing. I'm going to read this to y'all. I'm going to read this to y'all. I think this is important for y'all to understand. How they should not be on this list. They came to the WWE in the fall of 84. Did not win the tag team championships.
No.
And they retired in early 85. So they on this list for maybe less than 6 months of work.
And winning a match. And winning a significant match.
And they didn't win the tag team championships, though.
Nope.
So why is the Briscoes on this list?
Man, listen.
For less than 6 months of work?
Man, listen. If winning the rivalry counts this much.
They didn't win it.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's true.
They didn't win it.
They're right. That's right.
They lost to the North-South connection. They didn't win it. They didn't win the feud.
Man.
How the fuck they on this list, G? If they didn't win the feud, how they 32? For the work they did in Georgia Championship Wrestling, fam? Nah.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
They got some explaining to do.
Like if all Harlem Heat had to do was sign a contract, then they should have just said that.
Man.
like, man, listen. If the Briscoes count, then the Bolsheviks should have counted. Right? The motherfucking Bolsheviks should have counted. We should have seen the Headbangers by now.
Yes.
We should have seen the Rougeos by now.
Yes.
If what they did counts.
Yes.
Like, fam. Like, come on. Look, Vince, I know Jerry's your mans. I get it.
I know he just passed. One of them just passed. The both
Right.
of them did. No, I think Jerry just passed.
Yeah.
I get it.
But like, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, you got to explain this at 32 also.
Right.
Now, granted, I wasn't there. But fam, if that's look at the montage. Do that look like they should have been 32?
Man, they lost, G.
Does that look like they should have been
No.
65? Does that
No.
look like they should have been 65?
They shouldn't be on the list.
Like, fam. Yeah, man.
They
Now
should
look.
not be on the list.
Now look, as much as I got down on DIY and Evolution, they shouldn't be above them.
No.
As much as I got down on fucking Batista and Ric Flair and Johnny Wrestling and Tommaso Ciampa, no way could I not get down on motherfucking Briscoes, bro. Especially for their WWE/WWF work. I just like fam. They even said 3-time NWA tag team champions. Like they didn't do shit significant in the WWF.
The Ascension
Man,
was champion in NXT longer than what the Briscoes did as a tag team,
man,
in the WWE.
Man, listen, man.
That's that. We move on.
Yeah.
Just know we don't agree with 32 to the point where we won't even have them on this list when we do ours.
Word, absolutely. I wasn't even thinking about them.
No.
Like,
I'm gonna say this. Man. Matter of fact, let me say this now, Camp. If they on this list and the Rock Daddy and Tony Atlas is not.
Oh, buddy. Oh. The number 31 was number 31 was the Bludgeon Brothers. I don't even have that conversation today. I don't even have that. I'm gonna wait for fucking 20 to 11. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do.
Bludgeon Brothers too high or too low? Or just right?
You know what? I'm gonna go just right here. I'm gonna go just right here. Even with seeing a minimal amount of the NXT work, I'm still gonna go. Yeah, I'm still gonna go. They're right because they were definitely my favorite tag team for a hot little minute. So you know, I fuck with the Bludgeon Brothers. I fuck with the Wyatt family. I fuck with Harper and Rowan. I fuck, like Luke and Eric. I fuck with all versions of it.
Right. All right. Number 30, who I'm actually just watched them wrestle the Legion of Doom, actually, is the Bulldog and Owen.
Yeah.
How we looking on this one? 32 high, too low, just right.
Shocking for this. Now, look, I will say, I can't front. I still feel this is too high.
Okay.
As I just go through just tag teams. But, man, the fact that they both even made the list, because y'all heard me on before we even got to this part. They was like, hey, we about to put on in this. I was like, no, fuck you. Don't do shit. Click. Like, so to see Owen Hart make the list, one, I'm super happy for that. Because you know what? If nothing else, Owen Hart should be on this list because of all the tag teams that he made great.
Now, what's funny when I watched it is they brought up the British Bulldogs, which I have a reason at the end of the show why I would not be surprised if the British Bulldogs are not on this list.
Mm-hmm.
But then they also brought up High Energy. Oh, no, New Foundation.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, man. Okay. We giving nods to the former tag teams that they win. That's cool.
Right.
I think this is too low, though.
Okay.
And I was at the stance of no, they even.
Mm-hmm.
But considering what I just watched, I think they're a little bit too low. Also, I think some of these wrestlers in the top 20, the top 20, 21 to 30,
mm-hmm.
I think a couple of these are way too high or way too low.
Yeah.
So let's start with 29, Miz and John Morrison. I'm going to let you know right now, I think that's too high.
Yeah, I was shocked they were this high, and then I was even more shocked. I was like, damn. I was like, whoa, they got John Morrison on here twice already. Like, damn, okay. Which I'm not mad at because he shouldn't be on there twice.
Right.
I do think, and even though I do think the first run of Miz and Morrison is literally underrated.
Yeah.
But at the same time, damn, top 30, like,
Yeah.
I don't care at any time of my life. I just don't have Miz and Morrison specifically over the Street Profits, over the Bludgeon Brothers in any format. But hell, I also don't have them over the Natural Disasters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have them over teams like that. Like, I'd be willing to argue even over the Head Shrinkers.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I would argue the Nasty Boys. So yeah.
I'm not surprised if I'm not gonna be. Let me keep going. The Bar. The Bar is a team here I think is just right.
Okay.
I'm not mad at 28. What about you?
I'm not mad at 28. And I did think they would be on this list. I did pick them to be on this list.
Right.
Because I think their tag team is one of those we don't realize how much of a career saver that was for both of them.
For both.
So man, top 30. Hey, you know what? Look, it was in real time. So I'll give them their respect. But I'll say if they made top 35, I wouldn't have bitched either. Like, I'm not tripping that they 28.
Yeah, I'm not tripping.
But if they were lower, I would have understood that too.
Uh-huh. I think you said it best. I think this was a career-saving tag team, but they're also that saved their career so much. I hate it when they broke up.
Word. Facts.
Right. I think they work better together as a tag team, and they should be tag team champs right now. That's how much I believe that tag team worked, and why I'm not mad at them being 28, which leads us to 27. Team Hell No. Floor's yours.
Way too fucking high. If I'm keeping it real with you, Pac and Kane were 44. Team Hell No should have been 43. and I still think that's high.
Man, look, you better than me. You want to know why?
What?
They ain't in my top 50.
Wow. Okay. I mean,
they were better served as comedy to me. Yes, Daniel Bryan can wrestle his ass off and Kane is Kane. But when it comes to tag teams and all that shit, nah, I'm straight. I'll watch a show between the two. You know, that Harry Met Sally shit they did was funny.
Yeah.
But as a tag team, nah, they not in my top 50.
I mean, hey, look, if we're doing like my top 50, like me,
right?
I'm not trying to predict what the WWE is gonna do.
Yeah.
Hell no, they're not.
Yeah, they're not in mine. Right.
All puns intended. Hell no, they're not in my top 50. But for them to be, you know what? The fact that you can create Team Hell No in all the last like 5 or 6 WWE games is why I knew they would be on this list for sure. Right. 27, yikes.
Right.
Fucking yikes, guys.
Which goes to 26, and you know what? I'm not mad at this.
No.
Volkov and the Iron Sheik.
Yeah.
If the Briscoes on this motherfucking list,
man, listen.
I'm not mad at Volkov and the Sheik. I will say this. I'm gonna say this though. Just gonna say this now, y'all. Demolition got to be high.
Yeah.
Powers of Pain should make this list now. You know who else should make this list? The Dream Team should make this list.
On life, I forgot who the fucking Dream Team was. I'm
Brutus
sorry.
Brutus Beefcake and Greg Valentine.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Hey, listen. Rhythm and Blues at this point should make the fucking list.
Hey man, US Express should make this list. The people who had the Hulkamania theme song first Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo should be on this list. Fuck y'all talking about. If I'm not mad at, I just want to say this. I am not mad at Volkov and the Sheik being on this list.
No.
I'm just saying that if they on this list, there are others that should be on this list. Which goes to number 25, Los Guerreros. I think this is too low.
Well, wait. Okay. So hold on real quick. On Volkov and Sheik, I think this is accurate, possibly even too low. I do want to say that because as a child who grew up in their era, so they're not really my time, they're my coming of age.
Yeah.
But the first heels I recognized in wrestling ever
was them two.
Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik. So off that alone, I don't have a problem with them being 26. Hell, they could have been 20, and I've been like, okay, you got me. I didn't even think about them.
I'm not mad at it. I just think that other tag teams like the Dream Team and like a team like the Powers of Pain, which are not going to make this list.
True. I don't think so either. No.
I don't think they're going to make this list. That's all I'm saying.
Right. No, I feel you.
Because considering that the Briscoes made this motherfucking list.
Bruh. I don't look.
DIY made this list.
Man.
And not even going your direction. Evolution made this list. Like, I think what's happening is that they're picking and choosing who they're going back, and they're not really. They're just saying, I'm gonna keep it a buck. They just going like, yo, who should we go? Who we probably don't really talk about that much.
Man, it's got to be a combination. Like it's got to be a combination of it.
Which,
like, cause bro, what the fuck?
Yeah. Now going to Los Guerreros, I think that's too low. I think Los
Really?
Guerreros is top. Excuse me. I think Los Guerreros is top 20.
Huh. Okay. Los Guerreros at 25 for me. I honestly, I don't know. Again, if we're doing my list, I'm not sure they're still 25. Even though I'm not mad at them being 25. It's just look for them to be right in the middle of the top 50. I'm not mad at it.
Okay.
I respect it. I was entertained by it. I think they were a dope team. But I mean, we're talking to WWF, fam. They could be on a real list where the fucking Briscoes don't fucking count and DIY don't count and fucking Evolution don't count. They're not top 25. They're not top 25 if we really keep it in the buck about every tag team ever in just the WWF.
They top 20 to me.
Okay.
But I see where you're going.
Yeah.
I see where you're going. They're top 20 to me, but they 20. They ain't 15, they ain't 10. So,
right.
All right, let's go to APA at 24. Too low, too high, just right.
Man, I'm right now. I'm gonna go just right.
Okay.
And I'm honestly, and this list was taking so many turns that I wasn't sure if they would be on this list. So I am very happy that they made it one. I'm very happy that they made it one. And I think this is just right. Because man, this list took so many twists and turns. I was worried where they would be on here, if at all.
I think they're just right. Because a lot of their work was outside tag team.
Yes.
Like, yeah, they was a tag team, but a lot of their best work was backstage.
Right.
So I'm cool with them being that. Let's go to 23. And if the Briscoes got you upset, this might get you just as upset. It might. But considering they were a WWF Tag Team champ, it might not. The Blackjacks. Blackjack Mulligan, Blackjack Lanza, the family that gave you the Bray Wyatt, excuse me, and Bo Dallas.
Right. Listen, man. You know what? You know what I chalked this one up to? I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give them the reason why. Now look, do I think they're too high? Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. The fact that they've tried to remake the Blackjack so many fucking times, with specifically JBL, I am not going to say that they don't need to be on this list. And to a certain degree, I couldn't really argue probably with Vince that they're too high on this list. We've only seen a handful of teams get remade. But I think this Blackjack style, we've seen get remade too many times. Because look, 2 of their styles and offsprings have already made this list.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fucking APA, and that's fucking the Bludgeon Brothers. Like, they always go to that Blackjack style of tag team wrestling, and 2 of their offspring or 2 of their blueprint made it. So shit, who am I to say they can't be on this list? Like, I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare.
I wasn't there. You're right. But, and you're right about the Blackjacks being remade.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was very interesting to see JBL, APA being 23, and them being 22. Or it's 20, APA being 24, and the Blackjacks being 23.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was very interesting, which goes to what I was saying about them just picking some shit out of a hat when it comes to certain tag teams.
Mm-hmm.
Say, I think that'd be great if they did that. With that being said, if we doing that, we got to do that for everybody. And what I'm saying is just going to throw out a tag team now that it is now mandatory that they're top 20.
Okay.
The Wild Samoans is top 20.
Okay.
It's mandatory.
Okay.
It is now mandatory that the Wild Samoans is top 20. And if they're not top 20, this list is shit.
Okay.
It's list is shit because, and I'm just saying this because you put the Briscoes on this bitch.
Right.
We put Nikolai Volkov and Iron Sheik on this list.
Mm-hmm.
The Wild Samoans got to be on this list.
Yeah.
They got to be on this list. I'm saying this now. If they're not on this list is shit. Because the Wild Samoans is one of the most dominant tag teams ever.
Yeah, like period ever.
And I wasn't there.
Right.
I wasn't there. But they are on this list.
Yeah.
But I'm going to show you my wrestling knowledge age. When I see the Blackjacks and when I see the Briscoes, automatically I'm like certain tag teams got to make it. That's why I was like, if any older tag team has to make this list because them 2 on there, the Wild Samoans got to be on this list.
Yeah.
But then, knowing my wrestling history, what about Professor Tanaka and Mr. Fuji? They were tag team champs.
Well, that's not a requirement anymore on this.
No. I know. No, I know, of course, because the Briscoes.
Like, you don't even have to have the tag team title match. You're like, you don't need it.
Right. What? And I mean, like, what about the Rock Daddy and them?
No, I know. Rocky and Tony need to make this list.
I'm saying they got to make this list.
They got to make this list now, man. Like, I'm gonna say something here, and I want to be super respectful at the same time, because Street Profits were 33. So now, because what we're going with, I want to be clear that now, if the Hardy Boys, the New Day, and the Usos are in this 20 to 11 spot, I'm not mad, because that means that they are putting the Wild Samoans. That means they are putting Tony and Rocky. And I'm not mad at any of that, because we were doing this list thinking like, oh, well, y'all not even going to really go really deep past WrestleMania 1.
Right.
Because I'm thinking that, because Vince has a knack for rewriting history, and everything kind of starts with WrestleMania 1.
Right.
So everybody from WrestleMania 1 till today, June 13th of 2021 is when we're recording, counts. So, yeah, it's been some shockers, but at the same time, it's like, shit, at this point, you could have put the motherfucking Islanders on here and I would have understood it. So, but now it seems like we're broadening the scope. We're broadening the spectrum. If you ever signed a contract with the WWF or the WWE, you're in the mix. So now it's just about seeing where everybody falls. But so now if the Usos are 20, I'm not shocked, because I agree with you. While Samoans, with the way this list is set up, they should be top 15.
Man.
At the lowest though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, seeing some Killer Bees should be on this list. And just to give you some black champion shit, something that I just learned here, when I was looking up some of these just to make sure these names, especially when the Blackjacks were WWF champs. Professor Tanaka and Mr. Fuji became the tag team champs after beating Chief J Strongbow and a wrestler by the name of Sonny King. Sonny King Black.
Hey, Sonny King. Shout out to Sonny King. I did not know that. That's news to me.
So just going through the lineage and the history of the WWF, he's the first black champ I know in the WWF.
There you go.
He's the first black man to hold the belt. I'm gonna have to hit up Jonathan Hood just to see if he might have been the first black man to hold a champion in the WWE, which comes from the WWF. For those who don't know, Worldwide Wrestling Federation, that was owned by Vince's daddy.
Yep,
so I'm gonna ask him that. All right, let's go to 22, which I am shocked that they are 22. When their name came up, I said, oh, did they skip? The Shield at number 22.
Yeah.
Are they in a right place? For me, yeah. Am I shocked that they are at 22? With WWE standards, I thought these niggas was top 15.
Right. Okay, so I'm torn here, because I always see the Shield as a trio and not like the Freebirds trio.
Right.
So I never thought that they should be on this list. But the reason why I always say that is because, like, the WWE was already calling them the greatest faction of all time.
Right.
But now we're being told that not only are they the greatest faction of all time, they're a top 30 tag team of all time. But at the same time, I can't act like I'm upset about it, because hell, the stats are the stats. The movement was the movement. And one guy did win the tag team title with both of the other guys. so I mean, the only combination that never won the tag team title was Dean and Roman, which probably would have been my better guess to win it at the time, because I didn't like Seth Rollins at the time. So
right.
For WWE allure, they are. I think they're just right, because shit, if they put them at 22, yeah, I do got to see who's 20 to 11 now. I gotta see.
Yeah, I gotta see this shit. And maybe a team like the Wild Samoans being in the top 20 is possible, because then when I saw 21, I was equally shocked.
Yeah,
very.
But you called it though at the same time.
Yes, I did.
Because they definitely highlighted 06 run for DX.
Who was at number 21. I called it, but I'm still shocked. I thought they was top 15 too. I did not foresee the WWE putting them up that low. And to your point, the two top factions of in WWE history basically are 21 and 22. Make it make sense.
Right.
Make it make sense.
Man, I mean, and you know what? The trickery that's happening here is they're going to make it make a lot of sense. They're going to make it make a lot of sense because now, you know, they can be like, well, that was more of a faction, or, you know, they had two different movements. And, you know, because the thing is, I still do think the New Age Outlaws are going to be in the top 10. I do.
Man,
I'm not going front. I still do believe that.
I think the Wild Samoans, I think it's going to be an old team in that top 10.
Yeah, listen, by the way this list is set up, 2 or 3 should be in there.
Right. So let's go here.
Okay.
Let's go here because I know you had put up 9 joints in the list, 9 teams in the list, and we're in our top 20. So teams that haven't been named: the Hart Foundation, the New Day, Demolition, Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian, Dudley's, Legion of Doom, and the New Age Outlaws. Those are 9 teams.
And the Usos, if you didn't say.
Yeah, I thought if I didn't say the Usos, I'd say the Usos. So there are 9 teams that have not been named yet. So I'm gonna throw in a couple of more Steiners.
Yes.
Who else have we not named yet?
Well done. No, I'm just playing.
I almost typed that shit. They should probably be on there before D out.
Yeah. And the Briscoes, they definitely won more matches than the Briscoes did.
Oh yeah.
I mean, hey, just to throw it out there as did you know the Rockers have not made this list yet?
Okay, I'm gonna type in the Rockers. I'm gonna type in the Wild Samoans.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, you know what? I'm not gonna type in any old team.
Okay.
I'm not gonna type in any older team. I'm gonna keep it what we had talked about last week with our 84 at like 84 down. When we come with our list next week, next week I want us to have our top 50 list.
Okay. But
I got the Rockers down there. What's another team that we didn't name that we just know gonna make this list too?
Let me know gonna make this list. Shit.
Like these niggas gonna make it.
We had 11 though, because a lot of the other teams I would have named is already on the list. Like APA, I thought was going to be top 20. I'm not going to front. I thought they were going to be top 20.
Because I can't think of anyone that I just know for sure is going to make this list.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to type in the British Bulldogs now.
Okay,
it's a good segue. It's a good segue because I gave you the information to look at the joint. Shouts out to Kier.
Yeah.
Kier's the 3rd member of First Black Champ, officially.
Absolutely.
He's officially the 3rd member of First Black Champ.
Word.
The Dynamite Kid episode of Dark Side of the Ring. And they getting too dark for me this year. They getting too dark and depressing for me this year, Camp.
Okay.
Because the Jake the Snake Roberts episode is probably the most depressing shit I've seen.
Yikes.
In my life.
Okay.
Like, that shit more depressing than the little black boy putting the fork in the electric in the outlet.
All right, women of Bruce's place.
Oh, yeah, that shit more depressing than that shit.
And then dude still left, like
right.
I feel you, but
right.
Like, it was almost like, oh man, thank you God. And then he was like, I'm just leaving her. That's what was so fucked up about that scene. He was almost relieved that the kid killed himself.
Like, oh man, thank you.
He's like, damn, that was a freak accident, but shit. He's like, well, I'm leaving her single. She can start a whole new life.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that shit more depressing than Women of Brewster Place. That particular moment. Dynamite Kid though, didn't realize how the connections of him and Chris Benoit was so motherfucking close.
Because you know what? During the Benoit one, they bring it up, But they don't really like
because he idolized Dynamite Kid.
Yes.
Now, there's some things that you learn that I like about these joints. And even as a wrestling fan, I've learned so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize how much Dynamite Kid really influenced what we watching right now.
Okay.
Like, Dynamite Kid is all this shit.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
Like that, Mick Foley and a couple of others trace back Dynamite Kid versus Tiger Mask.
Okay.
And how that's really what we're looking at right now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's amazing to see.
Okay.
Now, the life outside of the wrestling ring, though. Whew. Whew. Wow. Crazy, depressing. Could have been in jail. But here's one thing, because I don't want to tell the entire story until maybe next week, as you catch up.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck you knock out Jacques Rougeau and then get mad? Like, everybody mad at Jacques Rougeau for knocking him out. I don't get this. Like, that's the only thing that I was like, what the fuck? We've heard the story on podcasts. We've heard the story elsewhere about how the Dynamite Kid and Davey Boy Smith was big ribbers.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And how one of the ribs they did on Jacques Rougeau, he basically beat the shit out of Jacques Rougeau.
Mm-hmm.
And Jacques Rougeau, getting his ass back, put some quarters in his hand and knocked his ass out, knocking out his front teeth.
Mm. We've
heard this story.
Right.
But when you listen to Dynamite Kid's wife, and I think it was Dan Spivey or Scott McGee, or both of them, it was like, man, he shouldn't have did what he did to Jacques Rougeau. I mean, because like Jacques Rougeau shouldn't have done what he did to Dynamite Kid.
Mm-hmm.
And all I was thinking is, if I'm playing cards and somebody slapped me and beat my ass, they getting everything back.
Right. Believe it.
Everything back.
It's a must.
It's a must. But they was basically like, oh man, he shouldn't have did what he did, and Tom, Dynamite Kid, couldn't get his get back. What the fuck? The fuck you mean get back? Right. There ain't no get back after that. And they basically said that motherfucker was never the same after Jacques Rougeau did what he did.
Hey man, sometimes an ass whooping to change your life. And it's meant to do exactly that.
It ain't the same when the rabbit got the gun.
Man.
Simple as that. But that one was another hard watch. Along this, I mean, I like these wrestler documentaries, but you start to realize how depressing a wrestler's life is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even, like, I'm going to go as far as saying Dark Side of the Ring is making me not argue about a motherfucker leaving and losing the job. Because maybe working at Home Depot is best for you.
Hey, listen, man, obviously we are big wrestling fans. And Dark Side of the Ring is almost like, it tells me every time I watch an episode, man, you know what? I am kind of glad that people always wonder why I never want to become a wrestler versus becoming a wrestler.
Man.
Because this shit don't look sweet. I am thoroughly entertained. I have idolized. I have respected. And, and even when I shoot my shit, like fuck your favorite wrestler, right? Hey, listen, salute to you, my guy. Because I don't want to do this shit just by watching the other shit.
Man.
I want to be entertained. I want to pay you to do it for me.
Man.
Like, that's what I want to do.
Cause I ain't seen no wrestler story that was just good.
Yeah.
Like Sting might be the best wrestler story you might get.
Yeah.
And even he found God.
Yeah, man.
Even some shit happened to him to find God.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm seriously like now, like, yo, y'all got to show me a good wrestler story that didn't involve a lot of drugs
Buddy,
or
please.
some
Like,
fucked up shit
right, like, please do it.
or domestic violence. Like, somebody got to tell Sting got to tell his story. What made him find God?
Mm-hmm.
Like, was he broke? Or did he tear his ACL again and he was like, you know what?
Like,
I'm
man,
going to pray.
Right.
Like, I don't want to hear no story that Sting was like in his truck like Dennis Rodman with a shotgun on the side. I don't want to hear that.
Oh,
Because
no.
even we don't like Hulk Hogan like that, but even he had some fucked up shit.
Right.
But
Right.
his is still probably the most like glamorous story. Like, Hiro Matsuda broke his leg.
Yeah.
And
That's officially light. Like, that's officially a non-issue.
right.
If you've watched Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah, that's par for the course. Like, nigga broke his leg.
Right. If you had to tell me that I had to pick between these options, getting my leg broke the first day of training, severe coke addiction, being smashed with glass in other countries,
Domestic violence.
domestic violence, molestation, abuse, killing my entire family and myself,
I'm taking the broken leg.
getting stabbed in the shower.
I'm taking the
Like,
broken leg.
yeah, I'm taking it. I'm like, oh, you know what? Because I'll heal.
Right.
Like, you see, like, that happened an eon before Hulkamania.
Right.
That's what I know. That happened an eon before Hulkamania. I had to get that information.
Yeah, like, I'm just ready to see a good story. I'm ready to see some heartwarming.
Man.
Cause like the Jimmy Snicker one, he allegedly killed the woman and Vince McMahon. Like,
Hey, listen. That's the success. That is the bright side. Bang.
Yeah.
Listen to what you just said. Look, Dark Side of the Ring, the only positive story that's happened, a wrestler got to commit murder and continue to have a star-studded career. That's it.
yeah, and then
Everything else is tragedy.
And the reason why I brought that up fully is because they put out a list. They put out a list, right, of the next couple of episodes. Say, with season 3 resuming in September, which are the following episodes you look forward to? Steroid trials. This man went through a lot.
Yeah.
Chris Kanyon, he was gay. And he went through a lot.
Yeah.
Including not being able to come out and having to deal with that shit.
Right.
Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling, FMW, which, if you don't know, that's where all of the death matches be at. Yeah, the shit that AEW tried to do, that's the shit that they was doing. Extreme Pro Wrestling, they had porn connected to that, so that one might be cool.
Yeah, that might be the new success story.
Right, that might be something different, unless we find out some other shit. What else they had on there? Luna Vachon. I don't know if I want to know that story.
Yeah.
Because if a motherfucker say that they put some shit up Luna Vachon's shit, I'm gonna be like, goddamn. Or she got molested while she was doing wrestling or some shit. Because she did train under the Fabulous Moolah.
Hey, we know how that story ends now. We know how it ends now.
Yeah. So I don't know if I want to know that story. I don't know if I want to know that. The plane ride from hell is probably the story I want to know the most.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you guys don't know what the plane ride from hell was, in 2002, this is the plane ride where Kurt Hennig, I guess, beat up Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
This is also the plane ride where I think somebody like got pissed on. And some other shit. Like Vince McMahon, like a whole bunch of shit happened on this plane where basically it was like a lot of wild shit going on.
Yeah.
But let me tell you about one of the people on this list, which is Johnny K9, aka Bruiser Bedlam. I'm just gonna go to his Wikipedia page.
Okay.
So you can understand. Ian William Crovituro, I think is how it's pronounced.
Okay.
Was a Canadian professional wrestler. He was born in Ontario. To wrestling fans, he's known by his names Johnny K9, Bruiser Bedlam, or Taurus Bulba. He wrestled in several Canadian wrestling promotions, including Stampede Wrestling, and later wrestled for New Japan Pro Wrestling, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and the WWE. He wrestled as a jobber, but he was booked to win titles in several other organizations. Now, here's where shit gets wild.
Okay.
Wow. He was also known for his history of legal problems. He was a member of Satan's Choice, a biker gang.
Jesus Christ, that was their name?
Yeah. Satan's Choice, just like Taster's Choice. He was convicted of assault, trafficking cocaine, and bombing a police station.
That's definitely some things that Satan would do.
Yes. In 2005, he was arrested for the murder of lawyer Lynn Gilbank and her husband Fred. After a lengthy investigation, the charges was dropped in 2006 because of insufficient evidence. He worked as a security guard in Vancouver until being arrested in May 2009 for conspiracy to commit murder. In 2011, he was charged with first-degree murder in connection of a 2008 killing of a man named Jonathan Barber. That story is going to be a lot.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he really lived this shit, is what
Yeah.
like, golly, fam. Hey, you know what? Hey, but listen, though. I know this is my dark moment of the show.
Yeah.
But listen, man, salute to him for keeping it real and really living about what he's been about. Because look, if he joined Satan's Choice, it was only doing like grand theft larceny. You know what I'm saying? And if he only had a couple of like little like assault charges or domestic disturbances, I wouldn't respect it. But nah, he was like, look, I'm bombing buildings, I'm killing couples, I got coke, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really trying to fuck up the world. So I'll give him his respect for at least living like he was really acting off of the choices that Satan was giving to him to execute out.
Yeah. Bruh. Man. I don't need, they probably show a picture of Buddy Ass on like when he was wrestling for Superstars, and then that's when you might go, oh, okay, I know who Buddy Ass is.
Man.
Cause I can't remember a photo of Buddy. I can't remember seeing dude wrestle.
Hey, listen, man. I don't really want to remember the face of a nigga that was in Satan's Choice. I keep
Right.
it right, just in case he remember me.
But if you look at the Godfather episode of the Steve Austin joint,
Yeah, it's Broken Skull Sessions.
yeah, he was in the biker gang too.
Right. Yeah. Hey, listen. Like I say,
But
the
not only that-
documentary we need is The Godfather, ladies and gentlemen. I want that so clear, and I want everything before his WWE tryout or call.
But the other thing is this, man, and you explained it. Wrestler lives at dark. I think I'm good.
Yeah,
I
man.
think I'm good at, like, I'm glad that I didn't become, I'm glad I didn't follow my childhood dream about becoming a wrestler. Because every time I look at Dark Side of the Ring, fam, it's just a lot of shit that's just like fucked up. Matter of fact, you know what? Mick Foley might have the best story of becoming a professional wrestler. Now, mind you, no, part of his journey of becoming a professional wrestler was getting his jaw broke by the Dynamite Kid. But Mick Foley family life seems to be straight. He definitely came up when it came to the marriage department.
Man.
he definitely came up on that part. And yeah, but all of his characters are crazy. So maybe he left all of his craziness in the ring, but his personal life was just great.
Hey, and that's a win, man. I just don't have like anything in me that says like, yo, you know what? I surely should have tried being a wrestler. Like even the WWE docs that are super watered down and filtered are like, yeah, I wouldn't have wanted that to happen.
Yeah.
I don't care if that happened just one day. I wouldn't have wanted to say, that's not a story that I want to tell my grandkids.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to tell people that happened to me.
Yeah. And the last thing that I'll say about Dark Side of the Ring is Dino Bravo. His connections to mob ties reared his ugly head in this episode too.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. I'll leave it
shit.
at that. Because man, I think Dino Bravo was probably the one wrestler that you just did not want to fuck with. So
word. No. If About That Life was a person, apparently. Like apparently. Like that guy wasn't fucking around.
Right. So yeah. I mean, hey.
It's so wild. I'm sorry, wait. It's so wild that being a strong man was a cover-up for really strong arming motherfuckers in real life.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Real quick, Jonathan Hood did respond to the text. He said that he was the first black tag champ in WWE history with Chief Jay Strongbow in 72. Short reign, about 36 days. Sonny King had a smooth promo. I wish I saw him live. So being that we are the first black champ podcast, we're going to say right now the first black champion that we know of in the WWE was Sonny King.
There it is.
So shouts out to Sonny King. All right, man. You let your guarantee out. So let me throw mine out there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and fuck it and just make it a guarantee. I guarantee that Bobby Lashley lose the belt next week.
Okay.
I love the way Kemp put it. I hope that happens, but I ain't got no faith, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't got no faith. The WWE is about to get back in front of fans, so let's put the white guy as the joint, and being that the white guy is the face here, you're gonna have a face that's white that people are gonna know and love. We can't have two heels as the champion, and we can't have Brock Lesnar being. I think we can have Brock Lesnar as a face.
Okay.
Because we've seen it. But I don't think they want Brock Lesnar as a face in 2021. And Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre was not in front of fans. So on a big ass stage, Drew McIntyre gets the rub again. And that's unfortunate. That's my guarantee.
Okay.
Unfortunate. I hate it.
Man.
I hate even saying that.
Hey, listen. I hope you're wrong.
Yeah.
But you raise a great point. I'm gonna stick to my guns though. The New Day will be contracted out after Kofi Kingston makes sure Bobby Lashley retains the title of Hell in a Cell on the humble, and then discard him after he gets rid of Drew McIntyre in July at whatever that pay-per-view will be named, hopefully not Great Balls of Fire. And then we set up Kofi Kingston versus Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship. That's my guarantee, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, close us out, man. Oh, next week, that's just a reminder, no, next week is a pay-per-view. We normally do a not guarantee, excuse me. We normally do a oral history show, but we're not. We're gonna go over our tag teams list.
Okay.
We're gonna go over our tag teams list. 50 greatest tag teams of all time. The WWE is doing their list. We've been breaking theirs down, what we don't like and what we don't like. In this case, we're gonna do it. We're gonna go ahead and give out our 50 greatest tag teams list. Go ahead.
Now, are they in order?
We're gonna do them in order.
Okay.
Let's do them in order.
I'm gonna start now then. I'm gonna start now.
Don't give us no names now.
No. I'm talking about order now. I know.
Oh yeah. And what we do is, let's say on Tuesday and Thursday
Mhm.
Like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we give out our top 40 and 50. Then 30 and 39,
Okay.
and then 20 and 29, and then we break those down, and then ooh, damn, Undertaker almost fucked this shit up, and then excuse me, next week
Mhm.
we talk about that. Plus, we unveil our top 20 tag teams of all time. These are our list. We're gonna break them down. Plus, as you know, if you listen to you probably looking at us on YouTube. You might look at us on YouTube or Twitch beforehand, but we record on Sunday, so tonight is in your house. NXT in your house. I'm really excited about that. I'm not predicting anything,
Okay.
but I will say this. Hey man, my man Adam Cole been shining with the promos. He shitted on Karrion Kross a couple of weeks ago. He's been shitting on him. Like, that shit's crazy. I'm excited to see what these matches are. And with all of the things that's going on, I will be excited to see if Samoa Joe pops up, because rumor has it that he's been back at the Performance Center. Okay. And there's a rumor that he might be returning to NXT. So if we get a Karrion Kross, Samoa Joe,
I'm with it.
I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah, I'm with it. I love it. I'm with it.
And, go ahead.
One last thing for the tag team list. We're only doing WWF and WWE tag teams, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stick to their rules, and Harlem Heat will not be on my list.
Yes, we're going to stick to their rules.
Okay.
We're going to stick to their rules. And what's crazy is they would probably be the only team that would be added to the list.
Right. Well, yeah.
Technically, because everybody else, like the Brainbusters, was in the WWE. So
right.
Spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen, the Brainbusters making my list. so hey. The last thing that I have, and I kind of know your answer because you kind of mentioned it last week, but it looks like that Tommy End, aka Aleister Black, will be debuting at AEW once his 90 days are up. Your thoughts on that?
My only thought is he'll obviously be the leader of the Dark Order, and I think that's the smart and best decision to make with a guy that thinks like that.
Man, my only thought is he should be the AEW champion as soon as he walk out that bitch.
I'm with that as well. Like if Aleister Black does not have a title by the end of summer, they fucked up.
There you go. All right, close us out.
All right, man. We always thank and appreciate y'all for tuning in to the show, listening, watching, and today is no different. Thank you for your comments, your conversation, and your interaction is always greatly appreciated every single day and every single week that we do this show. And always remember, if you ever want to talk about wrestling in an unconventional way, you do so by checking out the First Black Champ podcast. Camp, bang, we are out. Buy some merch.